Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and we haven't done a decoding video for some time. A fellow lockpicker from the UK Lockspot forum, Safecracker33, he sent me this really beautiful L&Co vintage 4-dial combination lock as part of a trade, and it really is in fantastic condition. I believe that these were some form of bicycle lock when they were first introduced. This L&Co lock. Also particularly like is this nice L. Now I don't know what the L stands for. I know there's a lock company called, I think, is it Low and Fletcher, something like that. And I know that there's a hat maker's called Lock & Co, but I don't think it's them. Although it could be, who knows. But yes, L&Co lock made in England. Seems to be made out of some kind of cast metal. I'm not sure if it's steel or not, but it's some kind of cast metal. And it's a nice old 4-wheel combination lock. A couple of features about this is that it does have false gates. If I take this, for example, put a little bit of shackle tension on, could you just look at that? I'm to bring some more light over for you. Just look at how the shackle, if it goes in and out, as I turn. Very small movements, but you can see the shackle just moving in and out, just by about ½ millimeter or so, as it moves into false gate. Every 2 numbers it moves into false gate. In terms of applying shackle tension and then feeling the numbers, just a moderate amount of shackle tension, and you can see already that wheel 1 is binding. Saying that, you can see that they all bind up on some numbers. It's all very random how it goes, really. The way that I found to decode this is really the classic method. I can't tell which of the wheels is binding more particularly, so I just choose the one at the top, the far left. And what I found is if you put too much shackle tension on, you won't be able to move it in any gate at all, false or the real gate. So you just need to let go of the shackle tension a little bit, get it moving, and feel those clicks each time. And eventually, when you get to the true gate, it will seize up. So we're really seized up on that number now. I'll go back round, I'll depress the shackle a little bit to get it moving, and you can see that I just keep going. You can turn. It's very hard with this one not to turn the other dials because they're so loose. There's no mechanism underneath, no like little ball bearing under here to click to keep the numbers steady. So, but it doesn't really matter on this lock. You see, just following it round into each gate, and keep going until it won't go any further. So really is solid. I mean, it's the only way I can explain it. And then once it's in that gate, you'll see that these other numbers have also settled into some kind of gate, right or otherwise. So this is where you have to be careful not to move this one. To press the shackle in or release some tension and just get the next one going a little bit, then turn it. And you should see the shackle move more because this one is at the true gate. This shackle movement is heavier, even in the, see it move in and out as you go gate to gate, in and out. But you can move it. It's also balancing that shackle tension enough that you can move past those false gates. But when you hit a true gate, I actually heard a tiny click there as well, and I can't move it anymore. So 9-2. So I can't move these numbers. I just have to let go of the tension again, just push in the shackle a tiny bit, and get the next wheel moving. There we go. Try not to disturb those two numbers at all. There you go. And you'll see the shackle move in and out as the wheel goes in and out of those gates, those false gates. But it does move. Keep it at 92. There you go. That's gone, so I can't move it anymore. And again, I probably can't move this wheel either. So just need to let go of the tension. Just apply enough to move the next wheel across. Get that moving a bit. Okay. So you can see that if I push the shackle in, I can move this freely. And if you pull too hard, it will seize up. So you just got to balance the tension so you can move it. Just that wheel now. Now this should be easy, because if those are all in true gates, the other numbers which are seized up on me, it should be that as I move forwards, it should open when it hits a real gate now. And there we go. So quite a nice easy pick, this one. Made slightly more difficult because you can't move one wheel at a time. And just the way that this has been made, it's very hard to find a binder, because it tends to bind quite solidly into false gates when it does so. So the only way that I found to do this is by going, I just go left to right, one wheel at a time, bouncing that tension until you get a really. Sometimes you hear a click, but whatever happens, if you balance that tension until you find one which just will not go any further, and it really does seize up. It's a shame you can't have a feel of this lock yourself, unless you of course have one of these. And if you do, you'll know that when it hits that true gate, you won't be able to move that any further. And the only way to get the next wheel moving is by depressing that shackle in a tiny bit to get it start to go, and then go through the numbers again, bouncing off each of those false gates till you hit the true gate. So Safecracker33, thank you for this lovely L&Co limited lock. If anybody knows what the L from L&Co actually is, I'd really like to know. I've had a Google search obviously, but it just doesn't come up with anything. Just keeps coming up with the hat makers, Lock & Co. And it could be them, I don't know, who knows. Alright, thank you, I'll see you next time.